Thank you for joining us today. What were some of the key takeaways from your panel?
Well, I think we had a very good discussions with the panel, and for me, some of the key takeaway was that finance really needs to look beyond just the numbers, and how do we transition to the growth enablers? How do we see beyond numbers? Perhaps for me, that remains because no longer it's just about the bookkeeping role; it's about creating the business together.
Right, when you talk about talking beyond numbers, how has a CFO's role transformed from a number cruncher to a strategic value partner?
See, as I always say, numbers are the outcome of what you do. The the truth lies exactly that what are the assumptions, what are the thought process, what have how have you thought about those numbers? So past is a learning, but for future it's all about understanding the assumptions, understanding, challenging the stereotype, and then working along with the business to get the numbers. Numbers are the outcome, as I say. So it's all about thinking beyond the numbers.
Right, how do you visualize a modern CFO's? Apart from, let's say, technical expertise, what are some of the capabilities that a CFO must have in today's date?
Well, I would sum it into two ways, or the two mantras which I always follow. Business come first, control, compliances, trust, integrity is second to none. So you need to have those base to be there as a CFO. But you cannot survive as a CFO if you're not doing a business partnering. If you're not really looking as a growth engine for the organization. And what I always tell to my team is that we are co-pilot for the business, not just the finance as a team.
Right. So, how are CFOs architects for growth in today's Indian economy?
Well, I guess they have end-to-end responsibility for it. So, you got to take care of your shareholders. We all are here to create a meaningful, value additions to the shareholders. So that for me comes first. It has to be done by a sustainable, profitable growth. So it's just not a short term of getting the profit in a quarter, but it's about sustainable, profitable growth and investing behind the future as well. So I think that's really critical, that how do you take care of the shareholders, which is your basic responsibility, work along with the people across, manage your stakeholder when it comes to the board management, the vendors. You need to know your customer. Customers are always king. And as I say that for finance, what we need to learn is that P&L is no longer just profit and loss account, but for the growth creation, it's about people and leadership.
One last question. What is one trend that you see coming up in 2026 in the finance sector specifically?
Well, as for any other sector, it's about the innovations. So no longer you're just going to be the bookkeeper or the rudimentary job of accounts receivable, accounts payable, or reporting's another part. I think those systems can take care of. It's all about how we are working along with the people, which is again the co-piloting for the business. How do you add value to the organization? And I think one of the best functions which can do a risk analysis metrics and probably balancing the sides, balancing the risk, is the finance. So it's all about value creation, but cautiously optimistic and ensuring that you are not value destroying or the risks are sufficiently mitigated, which means that you should have a plan B and a plan C for the growth of the organizations.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine.